Hello and welcome to Lincoln to Local. I'm Hannah Nemechek here with John Collison to wrap up a week at the state capitol. John, so it was a deadline week this week. The Senate finished their bills, the House finished their bills, and now they're switched chambers. We saw one in particular pass out of the House this week that we're concerned about. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, House Bill 1374 comes out of Tulsa, comes out of the cities really. It's the cities wanting more taxes. And it's not a sales tax or an income tax, it's now an ad valorem tax. Cities want to go ahead and pass a ad valorem tax onto the property owners now. That raises up to 5 mills if it's voted on by the people, but it raises up to 5 mills your property tax. This is a cornerstone issue that we fight here at Farm Bureau. We stood strong out of the Capitol. It was a narrowly won. We're going to continue fighting it. I need the support of our Farm Bureau members, though. This bill is going to go to the Senate. House Bill 1374. It's going to go to the Senate. It's got to go back into committee in the Senate. It's got to go to the Senate floor. I think we have a better chance of defeating this bill. Why do we want to defeat it? Because we see what happens. There's never enough taxes. And this bill is one more way to go get them, but it's your property tax now. And we're not buying hard assets. We're paying salaries. We're paying people's, fire and police salaries with this. That's money we never get back. And so it's a massively slippery slope. It's something that we at Farm Bureau strongly oppose and will continue to.
John, have we seen other industries try to come after ad valorem taxes?
Yeah, we continue to. I mean, we've seen it with teachers. We've seen it with schools. I've seen bills in the past that want to take your ad valorem taxes and no longer buy hard assets, but put it back into salaries. Once we go down that road, we're not going to come back. And by the way, 1374 doesn't even take a supermajority. It takes 50 plus 1. So we're not only are we trying to raise ad valorem taxes, but we're taking away this supermajority of landowners to come out there and vote for it. And we're just letting 50 plus 1 come in there and pass it. This thing is a disaster for agriculture. For the state's leading agriculture, largest landowner group in the state, this bill is a disaster. We need to make sure it stops in the Senate.
What can Farm Bureau members do to keep it from passing in the Senate?
Well, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, call, read us, follow us however you can. But make sure you're calling your members. Make sure you tell them this is not a fair tax, right? Cities need to learn to live within their own limits. We've just increased internet sales tax to go in and increase sales tax on the internet. We haven't even seen the effect of that yet. Now we want to go out and raise property taxes to fund core services that cities are supposed to fund, fire and police. Now they want to use property tax. It's just not okay. So call your member. Tell them you're not okay with the bill. Tell them you're not okay with this way we're funneling our funding government, that we need to stop it in the Senate. We need to stop it in Senate committee, and if not, they're on the Senate floor before it goes to the governor.
So John, next week we're heading to D.C. with a group of our members. What will we be working on as we visit our congressional delegation?
Right, this is going to be a great trip. We're going to go up and meet with Administrator Pruitt. We're going up and meet with our delegation. We're going up and meet with the White House. We're going up to meet with Ag. These are friends we never got to go meet with, right? Now it's a new day in Washington. We're going to go up and work on infrastructure issues. We're going to go up and work on water issues. We're going to go up and work on agriculture issues, getting the government off the farm, getting the government away from agriculture, keeping the government out of agriculture, and making sure that we can prosper and succeed. And by the way, we're learning ourselves what this new Trump administration looks like. We're going up there to learn right from the source, right from the White House, right from EPA, right from the Senate, right from the House. What do we need to be doing in the future? So if you want to be active in Farm Bureau, this trip is the one you need to be on. It's not too late. Buy an airplane ticket. Meet us in D.C. next Tuesday.
Sounds great. Thanks, John, and thanks for joining us for another episode of Lincoln to Local.